I'm here. Get it? Frozen Empire? So I made my proton pack a candy cane? Oh, hello, welcome to the show. Didn't know you're here already. I was just reading my Girl's Life McKenna Grace first ever signed magazine. Sorry, you know how to bring it. I love to have that title of the first ever signed copy of that. So anyway, let's talk about Ghostbusters. Let's kind of bring down the tone here. Sad to say. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Let's get into it. Let's talk about another attempt at busting Ghost. Hey, welcome to the show. You already know my name, but if you don't, ask a friend. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is what we're talking about today. And I was excited for this movie. I have the ability to see these movies for free in the theaters, but I still went to see it and paid for it on opening weekend because I was that excited for it. And I want my money back. It was a little disappointing. It had good moments, but the story was just, it kind of was just random. First, the critics were right. And for the first time, I've said that. The critics were correct. The story there's really no story. It's kind of just random. The guy just brings in an orb, and there you go. It started off really well, though. It actually started off really cool with a little backstory of, like, the firehouse was there 100 years ago. That was pretty cool. And I honestly think it would have been a better movie if you just stuck with that the whole time. And I hate to say this, but it was. I mean, they tried on it. It's called Frozen Empire. More like Frozen for 2 minutes with no empire. I mean, Garaka, friggin' villain, was like captured within 2 minutes. I mean, he was really just standing there the whole time. He wasn't really doing anything. And they just capture him within 10 minutes. And that's a stretch there, calling it 10 minutes. But you know, it's always great to see the original cast. And I wish the trend of soft reboots would stop, because they're just thrown in there for now. It's the same thing with Scream. They're basically just there for a mentor. They're just thrown in there. They don't really do anything. And they're just there. This one had a lot of characters to deal with. And it was funny. I know I see this thing that a talk on the internet is that Finn Wolfhard, Trevor, he's just sitting there. He really doesn't do anything. He's just there. They give him that little thing where he has to go capture Slimer, and he doesn't. But that's it. He's just thrown in there. And something else I noticed is poor podcast. I mean, he's kind of just there too, just because he was in the last one, just to kind of give him a little something. But if you take all that out, it really doesn't change anything. It doesn't really do anything. It's still good. I'm glad he's there, though. I mean, it's cool because I like the characters and all. It's good that they're there, but I mean, they don't really serve a purpose. I mean, now that I think about it, he really wasn't even in the final fight. I mean, he was sitting in the Ecto-1. I mean, why was he sitting in the Ecto-1? I don't friggin' know. I mean, was he in there the whole, like, what? You mean the whole time all of them were talking and he's just sitting in there the whole time, and it gets, like, possessed by Possessor, and he's just, all of a sudden, you know, he pops up from it with the, like, it made no sense. But the Phoebe and Ray duo I liked, you know, because that kind of Egon, the relationship Egon and Ray had. Okay, that, you know, it's good to have that, to kind of see that again with the granddaughter, with Phoebe. The soft, it's like, I like them because it's cool to have the characters as mentors, but in a way they're just there and they don't really do anything. But I'm grateful to have it all. I mean, I guess having them back is, you know, having a bad Ghostbusters movie is better than no Ghostbusters movie, in a way, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you could just, I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on that one. I'd rather have them there and don't do anything just to see them back than having a complete reboot. Um, like the trash that happened in 2016. It was a little misleading, a little bit too, with the whole poster. I really liked the poster. That's what really got me excited, is that they're walking down the street in their red jackets. They're like walking down in this like that dragon looking thing. That new ghost is like the beginning sequence, and they capture him, but that's all it is. You would think he's plays a part in the end, or he's like an ice dragon. He's just a freaking ghost dragon. That's it. So he's not really anything, and you don't even see them walking down the streets when it's all frozen. That's what I thought, because the poster had that is that they're walking down the street and everything's frozen and freezing and spikes are coming up everywhere. But in the final product, they're hunkered down in the firehouse. They really just get scared and just stay there the whole time, and then you really don't get to see that. You don't really get to see anything really freezing either. The beach, that was a cool scene to see. You get that. Everybody also dodged all those spikes as well. So, wow, that was really a miracle that nobody died there. Wow, yeah, all this, and I mean, if somebody did, it's off screen, but it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't really feel like a Ghostbusters movie, and I think that's the lack of Bill Murray. And yeah, I know people would argue about that, but I think that's because the only times that it really did feel like Ghostbusters was the wisecracks from Peter Venkman. It really did. That's the time I was like, yeah, oh, now it's over. We're going to go back to this now, okay. And then you get one more where Garaka shows up, like, yeah, oh, okay, there it is. You know, like, when he randomly shows up at the door, I mean, you know it's him. I knew it was like, okay, oh, here he is, it's Peter. He randomly shows up at the door and does that. That's when it really felt, okay, this is cool. It's gonna be something great. And then it kind of goes away and goes back to this new story again. So, because think of a line right now from the original Ghostbusters. I'll wait. Now say it out loud. If you're with a friend, say it out loud. Turn to him, say it out loud. I guarantee you just said he slimed me. Guaranteed it was slimed me. Or it was something else from Peter Venkman. And that proves that that's one of those aspects that plays into it to make it feel like a Ghostbusters movie. But I know eventually we do have to move on from the original 4, now original 3. But I think while they're still here, I think we should have still had them more involved in it, and should have been something better. Is it DVD worthy? I mean, in a way, yeah, but no. So I think we'll just stick to the stream. I'll own the streaming copy of it, but I'm still gonna get it because, of course, I gotta add it to the other movies back here, the collection there. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments of it. I was a little disappointed. Could have been something better. I wanted them to kind of get away from the whole ancient, powerful beings, like the whole gods that they're doing. Because you had Gozer, then you had that the painting, the painting. He was just like a king. And then you did Gozer again, and now you got this Garaka, this other ancient being. Like, let's go back to just ghosts, like, just Slimer and all. Let's get away from that. That's really what everything has all been, and just bust some ghosts. We need some more Ghost Busters in there. So, who are you gonna call? Someone else is right, because it's not looking too good for this franchise at the moment. So, there you go. Let me know what you think of the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And we'll see you in the next one. Subscribe for more movie content. Wow, thanks, guys. More like Frozen for 2 minutes with no empire.